Hey, coming up right now, a mom's racy side hustle gets her kids expelled from a private Florida academy. See why the school was not a fan of her self-promotion.
Also coming up, it is your chance to turn your ex's BS into TP.
What?
We will explain how.
All right, a little bit later on, more high-flying drama, how a recent nightmare flight has led to a lawsuit when a passenger gets stuck in the bathroom.
Oh man, what a nightmare. Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
I am Mitch English, welcoming you to Daily Flash. So glad to have you along with us for this entire hour. And of course, we're also joined by Matt Doolittle. Matty! You did a little traveling recently, right?
I went to Mexico last weekend. Yeah, I went to Mexico, got down there, saw some things, didn't get arrested, and I didn't die. Mission accomplished.
Very nice.
Aha, we call that you got in, you got out, and nobody
no one got hurt.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how it always works. I love it.
Except my liver.
Except your liver,
I
right?
got that drink package.
Good thing you stopped at the pharmacy on the
Yes,
way out. Yes.
quite so.
Taylor Swift, you can't get away from her, right?
No.
No.
Try to. Just try.
Yeah. They just came out with a new report. If you watched the Super Bowl, it felt like she was on for about an hour. Like they kept cutting back and forth to her. Overall, it was only 54 seconds that she was
That's
on the
it?
screen, right? Didn't it seem like it was hours?
Yeah.
Every time something happened, we had to go to that dumb box and see them all jumping up and down.
I had seen somebody had posted it, but Nickelodeon, which is owned by CBS, they had a Super Bowl set up for the kids and everything. But every time they would go to Travis Kelce, they would say Taylor Swift's girlfriend. Didn't say that he played for a boyfriend, rather. It said Taylor Swift's boyfriend. And that's it. Not like he plays for football or professional.
My
So I always thought that
goodness.
was interesting.
So there's a professor at Harvard, and she's got one of many classes that are now being offered regarding Taylor Swift. So there's a number of things that she covers in this class. You know, her lyrics, her music, her fashion,
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. But another thing in the syllabus for this class is climate change. I'm like, what?
Well,
What?
I can see. I think I know where it's headed.
How
because
so?
of her airplane. All that
there
controversy
you
about the
go.
airplane.
Yes, the
Yeah.
carbon credits, right?
yeah.
And her flying her private jet all
And
the
selling
way
it, and then renting another one or something like that.
yeah, because there's a kid in Florida that tracks planes, which is not illegal because that information is available to everyone. So he used to track Elon Musk's plane, and he
remember
was
that.
tracking Taylor's for the sole purpose of showing her leaving Japan and coming to the U.S. for the big game.
When
So-
you got the money, I mean,
Yeah.
you're never going to win no matter what. I
No.
think, especially when you're somebody like Taylor Swift, who I would say for her, she's like, okay, maybe I might have, but man, I really bring a lot of money to the economy.
Yeah, okay.
I did.
She sure does.
Right?
I mean, my goodness. And a brand new audience to the NFL.
Oh,
yeah.
I did respect her slamming beers though. That was good.
That was
and then
impressive, wasn't
hard
it?
making out at the after parties too. Like she was going full high school drama.
She
right
has
there.
a good time. God bless her, man.
Hey,
She lives the life.
You can't blame her.
No.
All right, jumping into what you're talking about. A private Florida Christian school has expelled 2 students after mom refused to take a bumper sticker promoting her OnlyFans off the back of her car. Now, we're talking about just a bumper sticker. It's the back of the whole window. Michelle Klein, she was barred from the pickup line, which is interesting, at the Liberty Christian after a complaint was made about that decal. The school board said it started to become a distraction, asked Klein to please remove it. She refused. The administrators then determined Michelle was in a violation of policy regarding decency. Klein told reporters she rakes in about $20,000 a month from her subscribers. The school said it would consider allowing Klein to re-enroll her children in the future if she removed that decal and hit the pause button on her OnlyFans site. She and her husband have now decided to homeschool their kids and plan to move to a whole another neighborhood. So she had said, all right. She listened to him. She said, I'll start picking up my kids across the street. I won't go through there. I won't come on. And then they said, well, it's still even that much more of a distraction.
Yeah, well, it's already making news headlines. It's
Yeah.
already a distraction. That school's done more for her OnlyFans career.
I'm certain of it.
I mean,
Yes.
clearly she's
Every
gotten
dad
so
there
much
has an account.
publicity, so much press from, this whole school pickup line controversy. I didn't realize it wasn't just a bumper sticker, but it was the whole
It was
back,
whole back
window.
window. So
Both
it
of
was
their cars.
Yeah, and there's no way you couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Both of their vehicles, as Matt had just said. So.
And let's just say this: kids are not dumb when it comes to this kind of stuff. So it's not like you're hiding it from them. But yes, it did become a huge distraction at the school.
And it being a private school, they're allowed to do
those
sort of rules. And I would imagine she knew that going into it, but she decided a different route of how she's going to handle it. And again, I think you hit the nail on the head. A lot of promotion for it. I'm sure that 20,000 will be even higher.
It worked out well for her.
It worked out well.
Yes. Well, a toilet paper company is offering consumers the chance to turn old love letters from their exes into recycled bathroom tissue.
What?
The company called Who Gives a Crap is calling it their Flush Your Ex program. Here are the details from their website. Mail us those leftover love letters taking up psychic space in your sock drawer, and we'll deliver them to our production facilities when we then magically transform their BS into TP. Because nothing says closure like knowing that someone somewhere is putting those sweet nothings exactly where they belong. Your ex love letter donations can be sent to their outlets in the U.S., Australia, and Britain through the end of February.
Now, my wife is all about the environment, and she buys Who Gives a Crap toilet paper.
Oh, does she?
And much like Harry and David, when you get those pairs, there's like 12 pairs, and one of them is golden.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they do that with the red one. So they do, and that's when you get to that one, you know that, well,
you got to reorder.
You have to order more. But what's cool about that is that you can mail the box and the paper and the do-to-do, what's it called? The little roll inside it.
Yeah, the cardboard.
I call them do-to-dos because they're
do-to-do. The cardboard.
The cardboard, and you can mail all those back, and they recycle them, and so it is perpetual. And I love the name. First off,
it's very catchy.
Yeah, and it's like, well, we give a crap about the environment, so I think that's interesting.
Yeah.
We have that. So good for them, and why not? More paper, more love letters, especially for Valentine's Day. I love it. It's good stuff. A passenger on board of an Indian airliner claims he was actually trapped inside the plane's bathroom for the duration of the flight. The unnamed 37-year-old software tech said he spent nearly 2 hours stuck in the budget airliner's commode in a SpiceJet flight from Mumbai. Video shows it's like Uncle Tom with him and staying in the bathroom for 2 hours. Anyway, it shows him on the video kind of just trying to open up the door while sitting inside that cramped bathroom. The handle is seen moving as a crew member tries to open it up from the outside. Man said that SpiceJet offered him $60 for his troubles, but he turned it down and flushed it. And he instead said, I'm going to file a lawsuit. The cabin crew tried to calm him down by slipping him a note. That's awesome. The passenger claims he was hurt and he received no assistance when he was landed. How was he hurt?
How was he hurt, exactly?
Unless it was a rough landing.
Well, maybe his pride was hurt.
I think something was, yeah.
His ego was hurt, maybe.
Yeah, and I would be the guy that have to go in right after him, too.
Yeah.
I'm always that guy. So keep that in mind. There's been a warrant issued for a Colorado man accused of stealing underwear for the past 3 years.
Oh, boy.
The suspect has been identified as Hugo Salazar Hernandez.
Okay.
There he is.
Not the Hugo we know.
Not the Hugo we've grown
looks
to
like
love,
it.
our executive producer. He's accused of stealing women's lingerie from more than 30 victims of all different ages. Cops say that the search warrant at his home led to the discovery of more than 500 items of evidence that belonged to victims ages from 6 to 69 years old.
Come on now.
Yeah. Investigators say the cost of the stolen undergarments about $30,000. Wow. They also are asking for the public's help in finding Hernandez as soon as possible before he pops up as well. And this is when you hey, go out and buy some first off,
Go to Japan. You can get it out of a vending machine.
Vending machine in Japan, right.
Well, here's what's creepy. Do you guys ever follow the Golden State Killer story?
I know about it, but I
He
didn't really
started out as a thief.
one of these guys?
Yeah, as one of these guys.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay, now you can see why they
Now
would
you can
want
see
to.
why it's important for them to find him and get him off the street. I mean, I'm not saying that that's what it could turn into, but I mean, clearly, if he's going into people's homes and breaking into them, it could possibly
Just go to
lead
a
other
laundromat,
things.
dude. That's where you're stealing from. That's where I get mine.
You can order that stuff off of
And you
Amazon,
can order,
can't you?
right.
Well, some people may think they have the best job ever. However, if you can call yourself a panda cuddler, you're way ahead of the competition. Yes, it's an actual job. Panda cuddler is the title. Imagine spending your day with an animal that does nothing but eat, sleep, and play. It can also rip you to shreds.
Yeah.
So there is some risk involved. Panda cuddlers can make around $32,000 a year to spend their days hugging and playing with the pandas. The hours may seem long and the lack of days off may cause some fatigue. You will also have to move. Anyone interested in becoming a panda cuddler must relocate to China full time.
And we know why, because that's where all the pandas are.
took them all
matter of fact,
home.
all the pandas in the United States are from
China.
I know the one in San Diego Zoo was the case for sure. Not a bad idea. I mean, especially if you just want to play with a cuddly little tiny one, but once they get big, I'd be a little afraid.
Exactly.
And there's so few of them on the earth, too. So.
Did you ever go to the Washington D.C. Zoo when
I've
they
not,
were there?
no, I've not, no.
My gosh, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did they?
And I believe they bred in captivity, if I'm not
Oh, I
wrong. There's
think
two
you're
at the D.C. Zoo, and then they ended up sending them back to China with their offspring.
They always have those cool names they give them.
Yeah, they do.
Zuzu,
Bing, bing.
Bing Ming, and that sort of thing, right? Well, we will be right back. If you go anywhere, well, we'll want you to come back so we can cuddle you. Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash, Mitch English, and we're ready to actually celebrate. Why not? This past weekend actually marked the Chinese New Year with celebrations in China and, of course, all around the world. It's the year of the wood dragon. And here to help us understand what this all means is Feng Shui master Dame Marie Diamond. Hi there. Do I call you Dame Marie or Dame Diamond? What's the best way I address you?
Oh, just call me Marie. I'm very honored with being here on the show.
Okay, and how does one? Because this. Excuse my ignorance, but you're an actual dame. What is a dame? How do you get that title?
Well, you get knighted for your level of charity work. Nice. So this is a title I received for that.
I love that. All right, Marie. So tell us first off, the year of the wood dragon. What does that mean actually for us both? Let's say on a global or even just all the way down to a personal scale.
Yeah, so every year we are dedicating to a Chinese astrology sign. This year is the dragon year. Okay. And the wooden dragon is actually every 60 years. People that are 60 just came back in their own natural year of the wooden dragon. The dragon is all about passion and purpose. So this year, a lot of people will feel that they really want to follow their passion. They want to live on purpose, but also globally, it really means that there will be a lot of focus on creativity, on invention, on leadership, and on positive ethics. And so the dragon is like the year in Asia that everybody wants to have a dragon child because they're so intelligent, so creative and inventive. So that is actually the focus that we want to have this year. And there will also be a return of the power of women this year. Okay. So the women in leadership will become more stronger. So that is really good for you ladies out there. And also we see that there will be a return on taking care of the planet because the dragon is an earth element. And so the wood is also the forest. So we will start retaking focus and taking good care of our forests this year. So it's a very uplifting year. So a lot of people are a little bit afraid of the dragon because it's such a big being, but it's a mythical animal, of course, but it actually says that everything can be positive this year. So it's a year focusing on abundance, on wealth, on having good family values. So all that is part of it. So what can you do yourself to activate that? Well, there are a few colors that really work very well for the wooden dragon here. One of them is deep red, like I'm wearing today, and also wearing gold and emerald. But you can already start this year just by looking at your home again, because Feng Shui is all about the energy of your home, and start decluttering, making sure you are taking care of everything that is broken, repair everything. So, and also make sure that you focus a bit more on being together with the family and take some more family travels together. That would be very optimum for you.
You were talking about the home, making sure everything is in order, cleaning, that sort of thing, which goes under Feng Shui. And you're, as we mentioned, you're a Feng Shui master. What is Feng Shui? And actually, how do we use it to our advantage?
So Feng Shui is an energy system for the environment. So I would say you can compare it like if you would go to an acupuncturist, they will take care of the energy flow of your body. Well, Feng Shui is taking care of the energy flow of your home. So Feng Shui really means wind and water. So it's all about how the energy flows through your house. Now, everybody knows you go to a certain place and you feel like, hey, I have such a good vibe here.
Right.
And there are other places you try to avoid because you feel like something is off. Well, Feng Shui is really the energy system to make sure that the places that are off feels much more amazing by using colors, by using certain images, by certain elements that you're using like water or earth or wood. So we're placing certain things like in an acupuncture way, but around our house.
Okay, and it actually makes you feel like everything is in order because, well, technically, I mean, it is in order because that's where the feng shui comes in. It's interesting. Is there anything that we should actually be avoiding this time of year?
This time of year, one of the things that I always say to people in the beginning of the dragon year, avoid creating debt. You know, making sure you repay your debt as much as you can, and also do positive investments, investments that are good for yourself. That means you're taking care of yourself, go to that extra massage or the spa. So, but also what you need to avoid is really right now is getting things that are not in order to kind of procrastinate into that.
right.
So avoid procrastination. That is a really major thing.
There's so much more information you get, and if you'd like, here's how you can get a hold of Marie, of course, all over the Instagram, Facebook as well. Check it all out here, and of course, you can just check out mariediamond.com. You can follow her on social media. Just look for Marie Diamond Official. And wearing that nice red this time of year is Matt.
You like this?
I do.
Thanks, Mitch. Well, you know, have you ever had any library books or anything from there you haven't returned in a while?
It's been a while since I've been to a library, I'm going to be honest with you.
Well, guess what? There's this. A Pennsylvania library said a book returned to the facility after being spotted at a book sale was nearly 120 years overdue.
Wow.
The Carbondale Public Library said in a Facebook post that the book The Cruise of the Esmeralda by Harry Collingwood was returned by personnel from the Hawley Library who spotted the tome at a book sale. The book still bears a pocket inside the cover listing the library's rules and contains a library card issued to Horace Short in 1904, who I don't think is around. The library said the book was checked out for 43,641 days, which would have accrued a fine of $872.82 at the time. Now that'd be about 10 grand. So close to 11. So I mean, that's, you know, they rack up the fees, but they said, we don't charge anything over $10 now.
So he lucked out.
Yeah, you like that.
That's a huge
They're
thing.
not going to come after as a state.
I think the last time I had to pay something would be like at Blockbuster.
Yeah.
That's something that late.
I luckily still have one of those.
I'm sure. Well, don't worry about it.
I think they're
You
great.
have nowhere to take it back to, right?
Exactly.
Think about that. Where you can take back is, well, right after this commercial. We're going to be waiting for you. No doubt about it. Stick around. We got more Daily Flash coming up right after this.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Andrea Jackson along with Mitch English.
Hey, how important is it for you to own an American-made car? Well, in today's Car Smarts, Lauren Fix, the car coach, tells us the ins and outs of buying American-made vehicles.
How American is your car? Many Americans consider where products are being made in hopes that their purchase will contribute to the U.S. economy. Well, that might seem easy enough with a t-shirt or a few items, but it gets a little bit more complicated when you're talking about the wheels that are in your driveway. Are you willing to pay more for a vehicle if it's built in the U.S. and creates jobs? Well, around 70% of car shoppers say yes and are willing to pay up to 30% more. Now, here is the 2023 Cars.com American Made Index to celebrate Independence Day. Vehicles built and bought in the U.S. for 2023 model year were weighted in 5 different factors or categories on a 100-point scale by country of origin for engines, transmissions, U.S. manufacturing workforce, location of final assembly, and percentage of U.S. and Canadian parts. For 2023, the top 10 domestic manufacturers are number 10, Hyundai Motor Company at 40.2%. Number 9, Mercedes-Benz at 41.5%. 8, Toyota Motor Company at 48.9%. 7, Renault, Nissan, Mitsubishi at 49.1%. Number 6, General Motors, 54%. Number 5, Subaru at 58.5%. Number 4, Stellantis at 70.1%. Number 3, Honda at 73.1%. Number 2, Ford Motor Company, 77.5%. And number 1, yes, it's Tesla at 100% built in the US. So what cars made the list? Well, number 1 should not surprise you, the Tesla Model Y, built in Austin, Texas. Number 2, the Tesla Model 3 in Fremont, California. Number 3, the Tesla Model X in Fremont, California. Number 4, the Tesla Model S in Fremont, California. Now let's get to the non-Tesla products. Number 5, the Honda Passport in Lincoln, Alabama. Number 6, the Volkswagen ID4, their new EV, in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Number 7, the Honda Odyssey in Lincoln, Alabama. Number 8, the Acura MDX in East Liberty and Marysville, Ohio. Number 9, the Honda Ridgeline in Lincoln, Alabama. And number 10, the Acura RDX in East Liberty, Ohio. Here are some of the final facts that will definitely interest you. That General Motors makes up to 18% of the index, Toyota makes up to 11% of the index, and southern states are seeing more growth with domestic and foreign automakers making investments in those states to move or increase the number of plants in those areas. What about the leased American cars? BMWs are mostly imported except for its SUV lineup, which is produced in South Carolina, not including the X1 and the X2. The Dodge Challenger, Dodge Charger, and the Lincoln Nautilus are made in Canada. The Buick Envision is made in China. The Ford Maverick and Ford Bronco Sport and Ram 1500 Classic are built in Mexico, and the Buick Encore GX and the Genesis GV70 are built in South Korea. 47% of all vehicles sold in the U.S. are imported. I'm Lauren Fix, and you can find this information on my website, carcoachreports.com and dailyflashshow.com.
Spring is in the air, and we are talking all the latest and greatest things that are putting a spring in our step. Joining us with the scoop is lifestyle editor Joanne Butler. Welcome, Joanne.
Oh, hi, thanks for having me. Let's start at Starbucks. You know, something about going there just puts me in a happy mood anyway, but now they're making it even better for spring, celebrating big time with 2 new lavender flavored drinks. This is the lavender cream matcha and lavender latte. They're both made with oat milk, super delicious and creamy. This is the matcha. Look how beautiful it is. It's topped with this lavender cream cold foam. I love it. I love it. I love the latte too. They make that with the blonde espresso. Every sip just puts me in a spring state of mind. Plus, I have all this cool new spring merch, cups and tumblers, and these are designed by Atlanta artist Shea Anthony, actually to honor Women's History Month, which is also this month. All of this stuff is a limited time, though, while they last, so hurry on in there. And, you know, nothing puts a spring in your step quite like a good hair day, especially this time of year when we're itching for a refresh for spring. Well, Pantene, truly a luxury hair brand, but without the luxury price tag. And they've just launched another amazing new shampoo and conditioning duo right at Target, the Pro V Miracles Infinite Lengths and the Miracle Rescue Deep Repair Conditioner. The true star of the show is the conditioner. It has these like melting Pro V pearls that actually melt directly into your hair strands, and then they swell up and release nutrients into the conditioner. It's totally amazing. Repairs 6 months of damage, but without weighing it down, so you can use it every day. And it just leaves your hair really strong and healthy looking from the inside out. That's what it's all about. And I love to use it with the shampoo too. It's packed with biotin and collagen, and it leaves you with up to 90% less hair breakage, and just really stands up to environmental stressors and heat styling, things you don't even realize that really affect our hair, especially from the winter and all the harsh weather. As we head into spring, it's the best. And also, these work as well as their $60 competitors out there, but again, you can get them right at Target for less than $13 each. And you know, you can do a lot with those savings too, like buy more things at Target or buy more Starbucks lattes or this cool new gear. And there you have it. Happy spring. Get out there.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everybody. I am Mitch English.
I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash, your source for trending news and entertainment.
Okay, Jackson, I know that you went to high school in Colorado, but
Yes.
your senior year got a nice experience.
I did. I was a foreign exchange student, so I lived in England for my last year of high school.
That is so neat. In Colorado here, do you ever think, you know, everybody's playing this pickleball now?
Oh, yeah, the pickleball.
That 2 students at Thunder Ridge High School in Colorado got not full rides, but scholarships to play pickleball at Winthrop University.
No way.
And they're saying that kids are getting involved in this more and more and more about the pickleball. Generally we think like older people are doing it, but now there's scholarships and there's universities that have, well, pickleball teams.
Well, and there's leagues now.
And leagues,
in fact, Tom Brady is an investor in one of those pickleball leagues. I was like, what is happening?
I think, look, what's the next big thing?
Yes.
Everybody's doing this. I know there's restaurants that will have pickleball courts everywhere, how they do everything. I think it's neat to get a D1 scholarship for something playing pickleball. So, maybe your younger kids, why not start learning it? Who knows? I mean, it'd be a great way to get a scholarship because of the fact that not a lot of kids are playing, so they're looking to give away scholarships for you to be able to do that.
Look, if it gets you out of the house and it gets you moving and exercising, I say go for it.
But did you hear they're getting more and more injuries are coming in, because older people like me, I want to start learning how to play, and not a good idea.
And it's like ping pong meets tennis, really. When you look at a giant paddle and a bouncy plastic ball. Anyway.
I love it.
Well, a private Florida Christian school has expelled 2 students after their mom refused to take a large decal promoting her OnlyFans page off the back window of her car. Michelle Klein was barred from the pickup line at Liberty Christian after a complaint was made about the decal. The school board said it started to become a distraction and asked Klein to remove it. Well, she refused. The administrators then determined Michelle was in violation of a policy regarding decency. Klein told reporters she rakes in about 20 grand a month from her subscribers. The school said it would consider allowing Klein to re-enroll her children in the future if she removed the decal and hit the pause button on her OnlyFans activity. She and her husband have now decided to homeschool their kids and plan to move to another neighborhood.
And going into it, she knew she was going to have some kind of controversy behind of it. She listened to him. She said, all right, when I pick my kids up, I won't get on the property. They'll come across the street. And then eventually, I guess she's saying, all right, you know what, I'm going to take the kids out altogether and homeschool them and that sort of thing. Or they got expelled at least, and made that decision for her. But, you have to understand, I mean, if it's a private school, they can make any rule that they want. But also, too, you can imagine it's going to get out when you're putting it on the back of your windshield.
Well, it's a private Christian school. And let's face it, kids are very smart. They're not dumb to these sorts of things, right? It's not like they don't know what OnlyFans is. And when it becomes a distraction, it's taking away from the learning environment. And especially if your kids are involved, like, are the kids subject to being bullied at school because they know the mom has got an OnlyFans account? I mean, to me as a parent, wouldn't you want to just make sure that if you do that, it's kind of discreet?
Yes. And that's not her real name that she uses for it, but even still, when you're advertising on the back of the car, people are going to kind of, all the dads are going to investigate.
Of course they are. They want to know what all the fuss is about.
I did a lot of research. Great website. I mean, it's wonderful.
Media tours here in town because this is an old.
It's Orlando.
Yes.
And I think that was part of why the school got upset is that she went to every news station in town, and she's promoting it even more.
Yeah.
She came out a winner with it because the controversy. Unfortunately, in some cases, controversy gives more promotion to it, and you know what it is when you go there. So you go that.
So it's done well for her to get all this attention and to get her kids expelled from school. But how good is it for the kids?
Yeah, and especially with it's still going to be on the back of her car.
Wasn't her thing like cutting guys' hair naked or something?
Yeah, that's how she
something like
radio
that.
Station she was doing that.
Oh, okay.
All right, a toilet paper company offering consumers a chance to turn old love letters from their exes into recycled bathroom tissue. The company, it's called Who Gives a Crap, is calling their Flush Your Ex program. Here's the deets. All right, you just mail those love letters, taking up your psychic space in your sock drawer, and we'll deliver them into our production facilities. This is what this company does too. Is that when you actually order it, it comes in the mail, and they encourage you to mail it back so they can recycle, not used, of course,
the cardboard tubes.
Cardboard tubes, thing,
Yeah.
and the papers that they're wrapped in, and they'll recycle them. And they're very conscious about this. And they're worldwide, and I love the name. Who gives a crap? And hey, it's a great
A++.
A++, great idea. More Flash coming up after this.
Spring is here, which means a fresh start. We've got some nutrition tips and recommendations for more healthy, stress-free ways to live better and smile more this spring. Check it out.
Spring into health by improving your stress, sleep, and nutrition. To reduce stress, Booking.com recently added cruises to their list of travel options, including more than 10,000 sailings on over 30 cruise lines. Cruisers can tap into all that they offer at cruises.booking.com to seamlessly arrange every element of their trip. For sleep and nutrition, focus on superfruit snacks like U.S.-grown tart cherries. Scientific research suggests that tart cherries can help improve sleep, aid in exercise recovery, and decrease inflammation and arthritis symptoms. They truly allow snackers to permissibly indulge and cherish every bite. Visit choosecherries.com for more. And if you're on the go this spring, try Applegate Naturals Frittata Bites, the industry's first and only certified humane frozen egg bite. They're 100% natural, high-end protein, made with real recognizable ingredients and ready to heat and eat within 3 minutes. Find them at Whole Foods and on Applegate.com.
U.S. consumers take between 5 to 10 health products a day, but less than half research important information about the products, such as potential side effects or even the product's origin. Joining us now with more is Tony Wright of the UMF Honey Association. First off, why is the origin of a product so important?
So if you look at Manuka honey is from New Zealand, and there are proven health benefits associated with it. The problem is we have products claiming to be Manuka honey from other countries, but the components in those honeys don't match up with the components that are in genuine Manuka honey from New Zealand. So, and the reason for this is that the plant that produces the nectar that the bees turn into honey is unique and genetically distinctive to New Zealand. So the problem we have is the honeys that are not produced in New Zealand are not supported by the big body of evidence that supports the health benefits of genuine Manuka honey.
And what kind of information are people actually missing by not doing the research?
So people are buying natural health products because they want a natural health benefit, and if they're not careful about where these products come from, then they may not get what they're expecting. And so we advise consumers to look for industry standards and quality marks to give them the confidence in the products that they're buying. So in the case of Manuka honey, the UMF quality mark gives consumers the confidence that the product is authentic, has the quality parameters, and all of the associated health benefits that they're looking for when they're buying a natural health product like Manuka honey.
Thanks so much. For more information, just go to umf.org.nz.
You know, 1 in 5 people worldwide have inherited lipoprotein A, and most don't know it because high Lp(a) isn't screened for. Often the first sign of this condition can be a heart attack or a stroke. Joining us now to raise awareness of this important topic is Dr. Amit Kara, Professor and Director of Preventative Cardiology, UT Southwestern Medical Center.
Heart disease continues to be the #1 cause of death in the United States, about 1 million people a year. And genetics play a significant role. Maybe half of that risk has to do with what we inherit. Today we're talking about elevated lipoprotein A. It's a type of genetic cholesterol, meaning it's not about what you eat or your exercise that determines that level. It's really just inheritance from your parents. It turns out that about 1 in 5 people in the United States, or 60 million people in the U.S., have an elevated lipoprotein A, but less than 5% have actually had testing for it. So we have a real opportunity in terms of increasing our awareness and screening about lipoprotein A. The Family Heart Foundation is the premier patient-centered organization, promoting research, advocacy, and advancing screening for individuals with high lipoprotein A. So really, they also can help connect patients to providers that need that information. So really a wonderful resource for all people that want to know more about lipoprotein A. For more information, a great place is go to the website, findlpa.org.
In today's Healthcare 911 segment, we have Dr. Sam Fazio, Senior Director, Psychosocial Research with the Alzheimer's Association, joining us to give us an update on the 2024 Alzheimer's Disease Facts and Figures Report. Doctor, first, tell us what this report actually provides.
The Alzheimer's Association Facts and Figures Report shows us that Alzheimer's disease continues to significantly impact individuals, families, and our nation as a whole. Currently, there are 6.9 million Americans who are diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, and the cost to our nation is estimated at $360 billion. To put that into perspective, that's $15 billion more than it was just a year ago. So you can see how Alzheimer's disease continues to be a public health crisis. There are 2 key takeaways from this special report, one from healthcare workers and the other one from caregivers. 60% of healthcare workers surveyed tell us that the healthcare system isn't able to really meet the needs of individuals and caregivers as they try to navigate this disease. Caregivers, on the other hand, the vast majority of them tell us that they want and they need this kind of help. Navigating doctor's appointments, finding respite in their area, and simply just getting their questions answered about the disease and what to do next. So we hope that this report is really a catalyst for change, that health systems around the country will see how navigation could have significant impacts and try something out. Take a small step and have someone available to just simply answer questions for caregivers after they get this diagnosis so they can help them find their way. For more information about Alzheimer's disease and this Facts and Figures report, visit alz.org/facts.
Well, continuing a nearly 5-decade tradition, America's egg farmers are presenting Dr. Jill Biden with the 47th First Lady's commemorative egg at the White House Easter Eggucation Roll on Monday, April 1st. Emily Metz, on behalf of America's egg farmers, joins us with the legacy and history of the First Lady's commemorative egg. Emily, tell us about this annual tradition with America's egg farmers and the First Lady's commemorative egg.
Well, this is our season. It's Easter. You've got Passover. This is the Super Bowl for eggs. And of course, we could not be more proud to present Dr. Biden with the commemorative egg this year. As you said, an almost 5-decade-long tradition. You know, our presidents get a lot of credit, as they should, but our First Ladies serve the country as well. And so for more than 47 years, our farmers have come together to create an egg that really pays tribute to the First Lady's contribution to our country and their passions. Dr. Jill Biden, an incredible advocate for education for our children. And so this year's egg is all about a child's imagination and how we can really bring that to life, and how if you dream it, you can be it in this country. And that's a truly inspirational moment. And that's what this year's egg is all about.
All right, I'm sure there's families out there wanting to decorate their own special eggs. What are your Easter egg decorating tips?
We've got loads of tips on incredibleegg.org, or of course on our Instagram at incredibleegg. 2 really hot trends this year. Disco is back, baby. We're feeling groovy with a disco ball egg. And if you've heard of affirmations, well, why not put those inspirational words and phrases on an egg, and then you've got an eggformation ready for you. Of course, all the typical, dyeing and stickers and all that, but why not try out a disco ball egg or an eggformation this year for your holiday celebration?
People there want to find out more information on the annual White House Easter Eggucation Roll and America's egg farmers' contributions. Where can they go?
incredibleegg.org. You can see all of our First Lady commemorative eggs for the last 47 years on our website there. Really, really fun traditions, and of course, recipes and decorating tips for you as well.
Fantastic. We'll make sure we put this on our website, dailyflashshow.com.
The way people bank is changing. A new survey from FICO is revealing what consumers want from their banks and how banks can build customer trust and create more positive experiences. Here with insight into this survey is banking expert Daryl Knope of FICO. Welcome, Daryl.
Good morning, Matt.
So how is banking changing in 2024?
I think really, and we've been on this change for a little while, but we're getting really close in 2024, we've really seen a move to the digital channel or the digital app being kind of the center of our banking universe, and all of the other channels, specifically the branch channel, is really now supportive of that function.
What does the survey reveal that customers are looking for in a bank?
Well, no surprise to kind of, certainly those of us that use a lot of digital banking, as that 1 in 4 customers leave a process in 10 minutes or less if it's going to take, 10 minutes or more if it's going to take longer than that. And I'm surprised even by that 10 minutes, and even that it's not 50%. So, really convenience and time are paramount in that channel.
Are there often factors influencing banking customers?
I think the other largest factor, and again, I think that this isn't a surprise to many consumers, and certainly when we watch the news, is that we've got to provide a safe channel. We have to prevent fraud. We have to make sure the financial crime's not being committed. We got to make people feel safe and also have them be safe. And those are different concepts. One is a behavioral. I want to ask, when I ask for something, make sure I'm asking for the right things and people understand why I'm asking. And then secondarily, that they are safe.
And what about some things the consumers aren't liking in banking?
I think when they ask for something like an address and you already have it, it doesn't make any sense to do that. There's better ways to verify information and prove that customers are who they say they are.
And where can we go for more info?
go to FICO.com. We've got a great deal of resource there, and we'd love to have people kind of making sure they're using and asking us questions in that channel.
Thanks, Daryl. We'll have that on our website at dailyflashshow.com.
Hey, need some help filling that Easter basket? Toy trends specialist Jennifer Lynch with the Toy Association joins us with the must-have toys for every Easter basket.
Easter and springtime are just around the corner, and I've got some great ideas. If you're looking for creative play, we've got the one-count scribble scrubbies from Crayola, 2 washable markers, scrub brush. Kids can do it over and over again, wash them off, clean slate, repeat play value. For a little bit of water play, check out the Hatchimals Alive Make a Splash play set, 2 exclusive characters. You're going to hatch them in the water in the tub that's included. Really fun, and you've got these 2 exclusive characters, a little bit of collectability there. For the Thomas and Friends paint delivery set, we've got a motorized train that's going to go around the track. He's going to get stuck on the bridge. It's going to knock some paint cans over, really engaging kids in that imaginative play. For fans of Gabby's Dollhouse, there's a brand new season out. This is the perfect party bus. It's going to bring the setting to life. We've got a little disco stage. Gabby and DJ Catnip are ready to rock. If you're looking to get kids up and moving, check out the kid-powered go-kart from Grazer. This is the Crazy Kart Shuffle, and it's super easy to use, 5 adjustments, so it's going to grow with your kid. You can head over to thegeniusofplay.org to learn more.
And if you want more information, guess where you can go? Where you can always go, dailyflashshow.com. There you'll find this interview and so much more, as well as links. You can also find full episodes of Daily Flash, and we always love hearing from you. You can find links to our social media, plus drop us an email. We love hearing from you. The website, dailyflashshow.com. We'll have more after this.
Now entering its second season, Daily Flash Latino. Designed for the American Latino audience, Daily Flash Latino hosts Jessica Reyes and Fabian Marcano deliver their fresh perspective on the latest entertainment news, celebrity gossip, fashion, health, and more in both English and Spanish, aka Spanglish. Daily Flash Latino builds, connects, and celebrates the diverse Hispanic audience.
Take up your chin, por favor, mi amor. Fabian, por favor.
I'm enjoying this just as much as our viewers are enjoying this right now.
Daily Flash Latino, trending news and entertainment with a splash of Spanglish.
Well, if you're a cat parent like me, you'll definitely want to check this out. Take a look.
Cats are well versed in licking many things, especially when it comes to rich, delicious gravy. Well, the Sheba brand is giving cats more of what they want by introducing new Sheba Gravy Indulgence Entrees. And at a time when brackets are top of mind for sports fans nationwide, the Sheba brand is hosting their own single elimination tournament, the Gravy Race, putting some of the internet's most famous felines head-to-head to show just how much cats love new Sheba Gravy Indulgence Entrees. Waffles the cat, my boy Bolaris, and that little puff, just to name a few, will be competing in the Gravy Race, lick by lick, to see whose love for gravy emerges victorious. Together with a combined reach of more than 55 million, these cat contestants capture more attention than some of the most important sports tournaments broadcast nationwide. Now through April 2nd, cat parents across the country can get in on the action with the Gravy Race Sweepstakes, where one lucky winner will receive a $3,000 gift card, a 1-year supply of Sheba cat food and treats, including Sheba Gravy Indulgence Entrees and Sheba branded swag. For information on how to enter, tips and tricks to film your cat participating in their own gravy race at home, and full sweepstakes details, visit sheba.com/gravy-race. No purchase is necessary to enter or win. Eligibility restrictions apply.
Don't forget to follow along with the Gravy Race on Sheba Brand's Instagram and TikTok channels to see which competitive cat is named the Gravy Race champion, and I'll definitely be checking it out. Well, thanks for spending your time with us right here on the Daily Flash. For more information on any of today's stories, be sure to head over to dailyflashshow.com. We'll see you right here, same time, same place. Peace and love. Peace and love.